Hey, hi, ho there, everyone. How are you doing? This video, I'm going to be very honest and say that I didn't do such a great job on the application of this polish, and most of the issue is this is a fresh set of tips that I applied. In the last video, I used acrylic powder to attach them, and while that worked absolutely wonderfully, I didn't really file down the edge at the cuticle line too well. So when I put on this cream gel, you could really see the ridge in between my cuticle and where the fake nail started. So I wasn't too happy with that, but overall, I love the color combinations. I love the idea of the Sherbet French with the pastel tones contrasting against each other. I thought it was really light and springy, and I absolutely love these colors by Light Elegance, and I'm looking forward to using them again. It wasn't the original intent of this video. As you can see, I had originally cut out the lower portion of the nail. I was going to do kind of like a reverse lunula accent, the lunula being that moon area that's white by your cuticle. But I didn't really like how it was looking on me. You see these designs on other people's hands and all of these artistic expressions, and you're like, oh my God, I love that. I want to do that on myself. And then when you apply it to your own hands, that doesn't look right on me. I don't like that. So I tried a few different things, and then I just decided to paint each nail a different color. And me being me, that's never enough. So I figured I'd go in and do a French because I'm all up in the French again lately. I think the next 5 videos I have planned are all French designs. So if you love French manicure, get ready for that. I hope you do, and I hope you will return. And while I am hoping and hoping, please give me a like and a subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you always know when new videos are available. And of course, if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, please put them down in the comment section below. I will link all the information for the products I used in the description box below, and that's all I have to say on that for now. But these are all the part of the spring collection from Light Elegance. The link to Light Elegance will be in the description box below. But I'm using one of my round-tipped application brushes to apply the gel. It's just going on top of a plain base coat, nothing else. And one thing I've learned from applying cream gels in a pot or pudding gels is that you really want to go thin. You don't want to glop it on too heavily or else it's going to streak. It's always easier to do, 3 thinner coats than 1 or 2 thick coats. So that's what I did. I went through and I did 3 relatively thin coats. I'm a little on the fence about the bright pink on my thumb. I do like, if I had done a full manicure with the bright pink contrasting the pastel pink, I think it would have looked a lot better. But seeing as how it's the only really saturated bright color in the group, I think it stood out in the wrong way from the rest of my hand. So I would have much rather chosen to repeat a color on my thumb than to just have that one bright color standing out. But that being said, I'm going to finish polishing my nails with the flat colors, and then I'm going to go in and walk you through how I applied the French. All right, so now that I've got all of, please ignore my cuticles, they're wretched. But now that I have all of my nails painted, I believe I wiped off the inhibition layer. I don't even recall if Light Elegance has an inhibition layer, but if it does, I wiped it just so that my colors wouldn't bleed across the nail, because if you have a tacky layer or a slick layer on top of your nail, the color is going to slightly start to spread. But I'm just going in with one of my fine liners, marking off the how far down I want my smile line to go by cutting it in with a T, and then pulling the curve down from the center line towards the sidewall. And then once that's done, you can just go in and use either a flat brush to pull the color up towards the free edge, or as I'm doing, you can just place more color down with your striping tool, striping brush rather, and drag the color around and until it self levels. So I'm kind of going back and forth between the two. I was having a bit of difficulty getting the color to even out, but I think I was just having a really rough day. It had taken me longer to do this French manicure than I had intended, mostly because it wasn't the original intent of the video, and I was kind of flustered and floundering trying to figure out what I wanted to do, as the case seems to happen more often than not lately. But yeah, so I'm just trying to even it out with some of the colors. Because they are so close in tonality, I did have to go in and do a second layer just to make the color pop a little bit more. But for the most case, trying to think of the right terminology to use. For the most part, excuse me, whenever I do a French manicure, usually I only do one layer, just because I don't want to build up the layers so thick that the nails become cumbersome. But I'm just using that acetone bottle to rest my hand so that it's steady. And we're paused now. Why are we paused? What am I doing? I don't know what I was doing. But yeah, so I'm marking the smile line. Sometimes I go in with the T, sometimes I'm too lazy and I just go in with the smile line, which is absolutely valid if you have a steady hand and you can visualize it. You can just go in directly with the smile line if you're not going to go in and mark that T to create your delineation. And now going in with the pink with the flat brush. But as you can see, the colors are really close in tone to each other, to the point where you can barely see the difference between the two. So I'm going in with a slightly thicker layer just so that I can get it to pop a bit more. So that was my very brief for you video on a sherbet French. Very long for me, unfortunately, when I was doing it. I don't know why, but I hope you enjoyed it. I'm just going to go in with some cuticle oil now to rehydrate my poorly torn and irritated cuticles. My hands are in and out of a lot of water all day long with my job, so they tend to look a little rough and ragged. But um, you always want to use cuticle oil at the end of your manicures anyway, just to soften and keep your cuticles and your nails healthy. But that's going to do it for today. Thank you once again for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give me a like and a subscribe and hit that notification bell, and I will see you in the next video.